The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And hi there, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 8th day of September 2022. That's the opening day of football season. If you're so inclined, the Bills and Rams gracing your television sets tonight. Actually, the Pro Strategy Football 2023 has released, I believe, by the time that you're seeing this live, and certainly by the time that's at YouTube. And oh my gosh, what a beauty that is. All right, matters at hand. Again, if you were with us yesterday, it is the Angels and the Royals, and that's all that's left of this 85 regular season replay. The Angels and Royals played an absolute certified classic 14-inning game yesterday, which the Royals won 4-3, I believe the final score was. So, I miscalculated on a couple things. First of all, this is a 4-game set. California wins 2 of the 4. If they split here in Kansas City, they are champions of the AL West. Lock, stock, and barrel. The magic number remains 4. There are 6 games left for both of these teams. Yesterday's game was the Monday game today, Tuesday, October 1st, 1985. So there's 3 left here. And then, if we need to, the Royals will go to Oakland, and the Angels, I believe, go to Texas. And so I gave you dates for playoffs. If we go into past Sunday, we'll obviously finish it next week. So don't hold those playoff dates there. But California's magic number is 4. Again, win 2 of the 4 here in Kansas City, and it's over. And they will be the regular season champions of the American League West. If Kansas City somehow can sweep or win 3 of the 4, then it'll be confusing time next week. But right now, the American League West Championship is on the line in Kansas City. Now, today, I'm going to run California, and the computer will run Kansas City. Tomorrow, we'll flip back. I'll do the home team. Computer will do the Angels. And if we do need the 4th game of this series, which would be Sunday at noon Eastern, if necessary, I will play the Angels. So that's that for that. It is Mike Witt versus Charlie Leibrandt. Should be a good one. Next! As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1985. Today, from Independence, Missouri, it is the Kansas City Royals and the California Angels battling for the American League West flag. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so the weather, of course, has changed because we are now in the month of October, and so those 75-degree nights are done. It is 62 here and clear in Independence. Winds blowing out to right at 4. As Charlie Leibrandt steps in for the biggest start of his year. In fact, this is the last start for Leibrandt. If he starts in the playoffs, great. If not, he's had a pretty good year. He's 16-12 with an earned run average of .319. He's 29 years old. The fastball tops out at 86 and a ground ball pitcher. He's only made 1 start against the Angels, which he lost. 6 2/3, 10 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A walk and 4 strikeouts and an ERA of 4.05. If you're a Royals fan looking ahead to Toronto, they owned him. He went 1-3 against them in the regular season. Leibrandt's last start came September 26 in a 4-3 loss to Seattle. 7 innings, 124 pitches, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. No decision. No homers. He walked 2 and struck out 3. So Leibrandt, 243 innings, 238 hits, 97 runs, 86 of those are earned, 13 homers, 62 walks, and 129 strikeouts. So if he pitches next week depends really on how he pitches today. The lineup he'll face. Brian Downing leads off for the Angels. in left. Rod Carew at first will bat second. Juan Beniquez in right will go third. Doug DeCinces at third will bat fourth. Reggie Jackson, the DH, goes fifth. Bobby Grinch at second will bat sixth. Bob Boone behind the plate seventh. Dick Schofield at short will go eighth. And Gene Mauch is putting the speedy Gary Pettis ninth in center field. Witt can throw up to 140 pitches. And if you missed the open, I'm doing the Angels today. The computer's doing the Royals. Speaking of Kansas City, defensively, Lonnie Smith a 4 and a 5 in left. Willie Wilson an 8 and an 8 in center. Omar Moreno gets the call in right. He's a 5 and a 4. Brett a 7 at third. Bianca Lana gets the rare start. He's an 8 at short. Frank White an 8 at second. Steve Balboni a 5 at first. Royals making it close. That's for sure, Brad. Sundberg an 8 and a 9 behind the plate. Lee Brandt a 7 with a 986. California's lead is 3. And they now have, including this one, 5 to go. So a win today puts California in a position to clinch as early as tomorrow at noon. A Royals win today probably pushes the playoffs back to not next week, but the week after. So here we go. Again, a cool, clear night here in Independence. Brian Downing stepping in at 261, 20 homers and 86 RBI. And this big one starts with a line drive pass wide into center field for a single. The Royals and Angels battled for 14 innings yesterday, live on Retro Sports Network. They won, but they burned the pen. But so did California. So both Witt and Lee Brandt need to go for a while. And if you're wondering what happened in the real 4-game set, the Royals took 3 of 4. They won the first one. California won this one in real life. So we'll see. Here's Carew, 270, no homers, and 32 RBI. Downing on first. Carew in the third base side. Brett into foul territory, making some room, and makes the catch for the out. So 1 out for Juan Beniquez at 305, 8 homers and 49 RBI. I mean, yesterday was a playoff game extraordinaire. Yeah, Zalapsky Smurf says if today is a fraction as good as yesterday, we're in for a fantastic one. If we need to do the full 4 games of this series, the last game will be Sunday at noon. So we're with you tomorrow at noon, and then maybe Sunday at noon. And if we're still undecided, then we'll probably be doing some double headers next week. Kansas City goes to Oakland, and California goes to Texas. Some fall temperatures in western New York. Big day of only low 70s. 73 here. It was 58 in the fog this morning. Pitch to Beniquez. Walked him. So first and second, 1 out for DeCinces. Doug at 240, 21 homers, 74 RBI. Hard to believe that yesterday we had 10 scoreless innings. The Angels tied it in the 4th, and it stayed tied at 3 until the 14th. A little looper over Brett. Lonnie Smith will pick it up. What's Downing going to do? Lonnie has an average arm. Downing has average speed, and they're loaded with only 1 out, and look who's coming up. Reggie has 2 grand slams on the year, and if you want to know the accuracy of this game, in real life he had 460 at-bats, hit 252. In the replay, 457 and hit 256. Real life and replay, 27 homers. Real life and replay, 85 RBI. That's a good commercial for this game. Still quite warm in the London, Ontario area. It's amazing. We hit Labor Day, and it cooled right off. Almost on cue here for Vermont. Anyway, so they're loaded. Downing on third. Beniquez on second. DeCinces on first. Reggie, who I walked twice yesterday, so he couldn't beat me. You can't walk him down. You can't walk him down. They're loaded. Lee Brandt deals. Jackson swings. Past Balboni. Moreno will pick it up. Downing will score. Beniquez rounds third. Moreno, not a right fielder by trade, will throw home to Sundberg, and Beniquez is safe. So Mr. October, on this first day of October, has driven in two. And the Angels draw first blood 2-0. So here's Bobby Grich, 265, 13 homers, 65 RBI. So quite the start for the Angels. The pitch to Grich, who struggled yesterday. High fly ball, right field. Back goes Moreno, and that is off the wall. DeCinces will score. Jackson rounds third and scores, and the Angels are taking no chances. It's 4-0 with one out in the first. Grich, who had just had a horrible game at the plate yesterday, atones for that early. And the 40,000 and change here at Royal Stadium have discovered that their fingernails taste awful good. Here's Bob Boone, 233, 3 homers and 40 RBI. As Brad would say, and he's taking this from Earl Weaver, you still got 27 outs. So the Royals have placed themselves behind the 8 ball before they can get to the plate. Pitch to Boone, popped up, center field. Wilson coming in, 2 out. Grich, better stay. Baseball's only clock. Oh, no, you still need 27 outs. I like the pitch clock. I think it'll make a huge difference. Here's Schofield, Dick at 212. 11 homers and 53 RBI. By the way, I peeked at the time of game for this 4-game set. They were all 2 hours and 10 minutes, give or take. 1985 was a long time ago. Schofield, 212, 11 homers, 53 RBI. Lines 1 to Bianca Lana, and that will retire the side. But a big inning for California. 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors. They leave a runner on. We go to the bottom of the first. Mike Witt, looking for his win 17 of the year, has a 4-run lead. I will rub it in. This season has been very good. Mike Witt will have one more start, and that obviously will come in Texas. He is 16-10 with a 3.47 ERA. He's 25 years old. He's won his last 4 decisions. Fastball at 92 and a ground ball pitcher. Against the Royals, he's been deadly. 2 starts, 18 1/3 innings, 13 hits, 4 runs all earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 9. So 2-0 against the Royals with a 1.96 ERA. In his last start against the Indians on the 27th, he went 8 innings in a 7-4 win, threw 146 pitches, 9 hits, 4 runs all earned, a homer. He walked 2 and struck out 11. His last loss was September 1st, a month ago, to the Yankees. So Witt, 233 1/3 innings, put the needle on the record, 224 hits, 105 runs, 90 earned, 21 homers, 92 walks, he kind of like Bobby in that respect, and 164 strikeouts. His wins against the Royals were on June 7th, 8 innings and 7 hits, and June 28th, a 10 1/3 inning, 2-1 win, where he struck out 6. Here's how the Royals will line up. Lonnie Smith in left leads off. Willie Wilson in center will bat second. George Brett at third will bat third. Whitey Herzog's best friend, George Order, the DH, will clean up. Frank White at second will bat fifth. Steve Balboni at first will bat sixth. Omar Moreno in right goes seventh. Sundberg behind the plate eighth. and Bianca Lana at short ninth. So no Hal McRae in the lineup today. We'll see how much that hurts. The other thing that hurts, remember, the Royals bullpen is spent. Leibrandt threw 36 of his scheduled 125 pitches in the first inning. Defensively for California, Brian Downing a 7 and a 3 in left. Gary Pettis a 9 and a 9 in center. Juan Beniquez has a great arm. He's a 9 out there. His range is mediocre. It's a 3. Doug DeCinces a 5 at third. Dick Schofield a 7 at short. Bobby Grich an 8 at second. Rod Carew a 4 at first. And Bob Boone a 6 and an 8 behind the plate. Witt, a good fielding pitcher, a 7 and a 961 fielding percentage. Solapsky Smurf says in his 83 replay, Witt has been ejected twice. Wow. So the Royals have 27 outs to get 4 runs. 2 straight games. Oh, really? Wow. That's impressive. Action PC. Lonnie Smith, 257, 6 homers, and 50 RBI. And Lonnie swings, and that's a base hit into left field. So the Royals get a good start. You can't do better than getting the leadoff hitter on. Willie Wilson, 265, 4 homers, and 44 RBI. Wow, it takes a lot to get the pitcher thrown out. Fight or arguing balls and strikes? Pitch to Willie. That's extra bases down the line and left. Downing goes to fish it out. Smith might score on this. A bad play by DeCinces. Lonnie rounds third and scores. Is Wilson going for 3? No. But he's got the RBI double, and it's 4-1. So in the first inning, we've had 5 runs and 6 hits and 3 outs. And here is the potential American League MVP, George Brett. 320, 38 homers, and 105 RBI. Both strikes and throwing at guys. Oh, wow. Takes a lot to get a pitcher ejected for a fight. Witt deals. Brett ground ball to third. DeCinces looks Wilson back. Throws to first for the out. And does Wilson stay? Yes, he does. So both the Blue Jay scouts are here again. The Dodgers scouts are at the herbal store getting some essence. 1 out for Orta. 254, no homers, and 31 RBI. Brad, of course, is scouting, and I wonder if the Cardinals slipped him some extra money to give them a report. There goes Wilson, the throw down to third, and Willie stole it. His 45th, so he's on third, 1 out for Orta on a 1-ball count. That might be deep enough. Pettis is coming in. He'll ride the swing, make the catch. Wilson has speed to burn, and the run scores. He sure did this year. Yep. So it's 4-2. Went from 3 behind Milwaukee to 9.5 over them since the Hader trade. Yep. Here's Frank White. So the Royals have the lead with the first 2 outs. White at 247, 24 homers, and 88 RBI. Base hit left field. Downing will grab it on a hop. And Gene Mauch is reaching for the Maylocks already. Here's Balboni. Steve hitting 241, 32 homers, and 88 RBI. Balboni right back to Witt. So Kansas City, goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. What a first inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and they leave on 1. A busy one, folks, after 1, 4-2. California. You're looking for, yeah, this postseason should be fun, whether it starts this Tuesday or next Tuesday. Gary Pettis is not bunting here, although Brett and Balboni play for it. 252, Gary's hitting, 5 triples and 26 RBI. Chopper. Biancalana running in. He better hurry because Pettis can fly, but he's out. Buddy got a good jump on that, and it took a true hop. And as Tony Kubek would say, on the artificial surface. So opening 9 for Lee Brandt, bad. 38 pitches, an inning and a third. 4 hits, 4 runs, all earning a walk. Brian Downing singled and scored to start the ball game. Lee Brandt deals, and there's a base hit into right. Moreno. Kansas City's defense isn't all that great, as Balboni couldn't get there. So that's the 5th hit. Downing, or Browning, if you got Reds on the brain, Downing, not a threat to steal. Carew is 0 for 1. And wouldn't it be nice if Carew got into one more postseason? He got in 69 when the Twins won the American League West. And he was here in 82 with the Angels when they won the American League West. And I'm trying... Carew retired. So whenever the Angels season ends, so goes Rod Carew's career. Wally Joyner was the first baseman for the Angels in 86 and was the American League Rookie of the Year. Carew will swing, and he draws the walk, so he won't swing, but he gets on base. So Lee Brandt in trouble here in the second. For Beniquez, 1 walked and scored. Line drive, extra bases. This might clear him. Downing will score. Moreno goes to pick it up. Carew still can kind of run. Moreno bounces around the corner. Carew around third. Beniquez is going to go for third. It is 6-2 regardless. The cutoff throw from White to Brett is not in time. And that's the 6th triple for Beniquez. And California is bound and determined to start the playoffs next week. So Lee Brandt, his ERA in this game is 40.5. Here's DeCinces, singled and scored. 6-2 Angels here in the second. DeCinces, that will score Beniquez, I would think. Lonnie coming in. Smith will make the catch. Beniquez to tag with 2 outs and score without a throw. So the gauntlet has been thrown. Okay, now we'll spot you 5. Come get us. Yeah, Gritch played in the playoffs for Kansas City in 86 because he and Moose Stubing got into a near fist fight at Fenway in Game 2. Stubing sent him home and Gritch was a dead duck. Here's Reggie Jackson. Reggie had a 2-run single in the first, and Mr. October is now driven in 87. Nobody on, 2 out. 7-2 Angels. Yeah. Also a great Baltimore Oriole. Pitch to Reggie. Popped up. Center field. Wilson tries to size it, and he will, and that will retire the side. But the Angels have pushed around Charlie Lee Brandt. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Bottom 2, 7-2 Angels. And if you're wondering why I didn't pull Lee Brandt, I'm doing the Angels for this one. And tomorrow, I will do the Royals. We're trying to split this one right down the middle. And Witt is only at 19 pitches. Here's Moreno. Omar at 258. 3 homers. That's got to be close to a career high for him. In 66 at-bats. And 9 RBI. So Witt, as we start the second, staked to a 5-run lead. Line drive to Carew. How do you do? 1 out. Witt, in his last start of 84, as Jim Sundberg steps up, 231, 11 homers, and 44 RBI, threw a perfect game against the Rangers. His next start after this will be against the Texas Rangers, probably the last day of the year. I haven't looked. Struck him out. That's the first. A full count fastball at the belt. So 2 out for Biancalana at 183. No homers and 4 RBI. Witt winds and deals. Struck him out. Got him. And that'll do it for Lebrant. Tony Ferreira will come in to pitch. And now the Royals bullpen is going to be in a world of hurt. It was the Angels yesterday that it could only get 3 2/3 out of John Candelaria. And now the Royals are going to need 7 innings from their pen tonight. And that's not what you want to see. Tony has pitched twice. He is not playoff eligible, and with those numbers, I think that that's fine. He's pitched twice against Seattle. A week ago, he threw 3 pitches to get 1 out. So an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 2 and struck out 1. He is in the running today for the Dave Stegman Award. 23 years old, a fastball pitcher at 91, and a standard pitcher. And this is not what the Royals need. Remember, California needs 2 wins out of the 4 here to win the division. Grich doubled and drove home 2 in the second. He leads off the third with a fly ball to left. Smith in the corner. Lonnie has room. 1 out. Pitch count-wise, Ferreira can go 45-ish. And if you look at the Leo Mazzoni 15 pitches per inning rule, that might get them into the 5th. Here's Boone. Bob's 0 for 1. Ball 4. Zalapsky, you don't need to scout Ferreira because he's not playoff eligible. So Zalapsky Smurf goes to find something besides the beer stands, which are absolutely packed at this point. Here's Schofield. He's 0 for 1. In the left, Smith. 2 out. Boone goes back to first. Here's Pettis. Gary 0 for 1. In the right field, Moreno has it for the out, and that will retire the side. So the Angels finally don't put a crooked number on the board after 2.5, 7-2. So top of the lineup for the Royals here against Witt. Lonnie Smith singled and scored in the first. Witt, 2 innings, 9 batters, 37 pitches, 3 hits and 2 strikeouts. And he draws the walk. And Lonnie can steal. Willie Wilson with the double and his 45th RBI. Afternoon pennant fever. How you doing, John? Throw to first. And Smith has a better chance. So let's see what they do. They pitch out, and nobody goes. Lonnie has stolen 41 since his trade with the Cardinals. Witts from the stretch. Base hit right field. Benitez will pick it up. Will Lonnie go for third? No. So first and second. And nobody out in a 7-2 ball game. Here's Brett. George is 0 for 1. Pretty good shape for the ship I'm in. Don't make me read that again, okay? So first and second, nobody out. The Royals in a world of pain, down 5 runs. Gets away from Boone. They're going to try for Smith. The throw down to DeCinces is not in time. So on the 3-0, they'll just walk Brett. So they're loaded for Orta, nobody out. George, sack fly the first time up. So Lonnie Smith on third, Wilson on second, Brent on first. Good speed all the way around. Orta sends this one into left field. Smith will score. Downing makes the catch. And there should be no throw home. Just hold the runner at second. And that's what they do. and it's 7-3. So 1 out for White, who singled. He's 1 for 1. Pitch from Witt. White, shallow left field. Downing will make the catch. Wilson, will he go? No, because Downing had to make a diving catch on the turf to make the catch. Walks will haunt for sure. Here's Balboni. Witt, by the way, is walked too. Steve is 0 for 1. So Wilson on third, Brett on second rather. Brett on first. 7-3. This has not been a pitcher's duel here in Independence. Balboni strikes out. So Witt got out of it. Swung on and missed. The Royals get a run on a hit that leave 2. We go to the 4th here at Royal Stadium, 7-3. So Downing is 2 for 2. He has scored twice. Carew and Benitez to follow. And again, Kansas City throwing in the rookie or kid Tony Ferreira to try to hold this. They got 1 for him. But the Angels exploded for 4 in the first and 3 in the second. Downing, right center. Wilson rides the Schwinn. 1 out. Brings up Carew. Rod has walked and scored. The other big change, Brad, for the Angels in '86 is their shortstop. They get Rick Burleson. Pitch to Carew. Kind of a dribbler over the mound. White will pick it up. Throws to first, and Carew is on because of an error. The throw pulls Balboni off the bag, and Carew is on. For Juan Benitez, who has singled, walked, driven into, and scored twice. Kansas City needs to hold the Rams here to no points. To short, should be 2. Biancalana to White for 1. A throw to first, and they do turn it. So Ferreira holding his own on the 6-4-3 double play. After 3.5, 7-3, California. I feel like Porky Pig. I held that back twice. So here are the standings. Again, the magic number is 4. The Royals are 3 back. This is game 157 for both teams, so there's 5 left. The Blue Jays are going to win 100, you'd think. St. Louis finally decided to play good baseball, and the Dodgers are putting the veggie dye on the grass for game 1 of the NLCS. So Witt, Moreno, Sundberg, and Biancalana here in the 4th. Up the middle, a base hit. So this has not been a slam-the-door performance from Witt. And Blue Jay fans, they got to be licking their chops. Although Moreno's not in a position to steal here. Sundberg struck out his first time up. Yep, Burleson was pretty, well, he had played hard in Boston. I mean, he's a bulldog of a player, or dirt devil, if you will. Sundberg, left field, Downing in the corner. Will make the catch for the out. One away for Biancalana, who struck out his first time up. He drops one down, and they're going to try to get him at first, and Buddy is safe with the infield single. So that's a 6th hit for the Royals. Here's Lonnie Smith. He's 1 for 1. He has walked once and scored twice. Opening 18 for Witt, 73 pitches, 3 1/3, 6 hits, all 3 runs are earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. So first and second, a double play gets him out of it. Fly ball to right. Beniquez will get there. 2 out. Moreno tags and will hold at second. And now we'll bring up Wilson. Willie's had himself a good day. 2 for 2. A single, a double, an RBI, a run, and a stolen base. So game 3 of this series tomorrow at noon. And then we'll just kind of go day by day from there. Pitch to Wilson. Popped up center field. Pettis going into left center. And will make the catch. The Royals make some noise, but they cannot capitalize. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They leave on 2. We go to the 5th. It's the Angels 7, the Royals 3. So Ferreira doing yeoman's work. 2 innings and a walk. It'll be to Sensei, Jackson, and Grich. Doug? RBI single and a run scored. 1 for 1. Left field. Back goes Smith. And it is off the wall. DeCinces thought it was gone. He kept running. The throw goes into third. And DeCinces has his 19th double. Here's Reggie. Look at that batting average, .518. Reggie had to wipe the drool off his chin. He looked so hungry here. He is 1 for 2 with 2 RBI and a run scored. Ferreira, kind of looking like a singer from Menudo in his picture there, is shaking in his shoes. 58 degrees. The wind's out 4 from left to right. Jackson struck him out. Oh, what a moment. He chased the 2-2 fastball. Reggie unwinded on that swing like he was a spring. And Lonnie Smith and Willie Wilson in the outfield felt the breeze from there. 1 out for Grich. 2 RBI, 1 for 2 with the 17th double. Sundberg tries to calm down Ferreira. Here's the pitch. Line drive, right field, foul. And we'll do it again. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tony must be at the end of his rope. Although he has done a good job to keep this within reach for the Royals. Struck him out. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. The Angels not being very patient here. Here's Bob Boone. Boone is 0 for 1 with a walk. Right field, they're going to get out of it. Moreno makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Halfway home on a Thursday afternoon here in Burlington. It's the Angels 7, the Royals 3. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. This is the second of a 4-game set. If the Angels can draw the split, they win the division. The Royals must win game for sure. In the first, California sent 8 and jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Reggie Jackson a 2-run single, and then Bobby Grich with a 2-run double to make it 4-0. Kansas City came out firing against Mike Witt. Willie Wilson doubled to score Lonnie Smith, and George Orta with a sac fly to make it 4-2. In the second, the Angels chased Charlie Leibrandt. Juan Beniquez a 2-run triple to make it 6-2, and Doug DeCinces a sac fly to make it 7-2. In the bottom of the third, however, the Royals got one back, a sac fly from George Orta. to make it 7-3. So Witt not throwing a great game, but he's on the right side of a 7-3 lead. And if he gets through the inning, he's eligible for the win. Ferreira comes in to do long relief for Leibrandt and holds the Angels to a hit and a walk. So that's where we are. George Brett 0 for 1 with a walk. How you doing? The Dodger scout shows up. We start the fifth with a ground ball to Grich. Over to first for the out. So here's Orta. Orta has 2 sac flies. He now has 33 RBI. Can't get one now. 7-3 Angels, bottom 5. He'll poke that one to right at Beniquez, who dives and makes the catch. 2 out. He rode the Schwinn. He got off it, skinned his knee, made the catch. And now I'll bring up White, who's 1 for 2. In the left center, here's Pettis. Gary will make the catch, and the Royals go quietly in the 5th. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Let's see what the Royals do with Ferreira. It's 7-3 California. So tomorrow, I will run the Royals. Schofield is 0 for 2. Ferreira stays in the game, and Schofield makes him pay. That's down in the corner. That's extra bases in right field. Moreno, not as fleet of foot as he used to be, picks it up. Schofield, with a full head of steam, is going for third. White's throw to Brett is not in time, and that is the 4th triple and a run that Kansas City can't afford to give up. And that'll do it for Ferreira. They're now going with Joe Beckwith, who did not pitch yesterday. Beckwith, 5-1, 2 saves, an earned run average of 261. His 51st appearance, 30 years old, a fastball pitcher at 92, and a standard pitcher. Against the Angels, 4 appearances, 6 innings. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. I didn't use him yesterday. He last pitched against the Twins on the 27th, where he went 2 2/3 innings and an 8-7 loss. He did not really make him, wasn't one of the reasons why they lost. 33 pitches, a hit, and 2 strikeouts. So 76 innings, 69 hits, 25 runs, 22 earned, 7 homers. He has walked 24 while striking out 63. But run number 8 is on third with nobody out in the 6th. Pettis is 0 for 2. Safety squeeze is on. The bunt is down. In comes Brett. He goes to first, and it worked. Schofield will score. It is 8-3. And so if you're wondering, you got a decent runner at third and a 10 bunter. Why not? The safety squeeze makes the Royals pay. So here's Downing, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. He is singled twice. And just for the record, I called that. That was not a computer play. So the Royals, for the second time today, find themselves down 5. Left center, Wilson. 2 out. For Carew, who's 0 for 2, a run scored and a walk. Up the middle past White for a single. So Carew is on first. That's the 9th hit for the Angels. Beniquez with the triple, and he's driven in 2. Beckwith deals. Struck him out, and that will retire the side, but the Angels get a big run. On 2 hits, they leave a runner on, no errors. Bottom 6 here at Royal Stadium, 8-3, California. So Balboni, Moreno, and Sundberg to face Witt here in the 6th. Steve is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. In the center, Pettis. 1 out. Moreno has a single, is 1 for 2. You guys are off quiet today. Scouting notebook. Braun is out managing Dick Hauser. Well, yeah. Mike from the truck, how are you? Pro Strategy Football release, or 2023 release today. The mods are all out for it. Mike, I don't know if you got your audio on. What a tremendous job. What an absolutely tremendous job. We had a good time with Carrie Batts last night in our 150th episode of Digital to Dice. And what you guys have done this year is outstanding. Left field. Downing has it for the out. Great play, another diving catch. 2 out for Sundberg. Jim is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Into right, that is well struck. Beniquez will get there, and that will retire the side. Royals go in order, going to the 7th. Well, thank you. It's 8-3, California. So Beckwith will face DeCinces, Jackson, and Grich. DeCinces has singled, doubled, and driven in run number 75. Beckwith deals, struck him out. That's 2 for Joe. The 1-2 fastball swinging. And here's Reggie, 1 for 3. 2-run single in the first. Run scored and a strikeout. You're out of control. Or you're not supposed to hit the herbal places in Kansas City until after the series is over. Pitch to Reggie. Chopper into second. White to Balboni for the out. So 2 out for Grich. Bobby 1 for 3. He's got himself a double and 2 RBI and a strikeout. Struck him out. And Grich goes down. Stretch time 8-3, California. I should say, if these two teams finish the regular season tied, which is possible, the Angels have already won the season series. They've won 7 games, and if they hang on here, they'll be 8. That if there is a playoff, it will be in Anaheim, because I go by whoever won the season series. So the Angels have won the season series against the Royals, and if Kansas City can climb all the way back from 4 down the last week, game 163 would be in Anaheim. Buddy Biancalano 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. Witt starts the 7th, and he'll face Greg Pryor. Greg at 192, a homer and 6 RBIs. The pinch hitter, that's 053. Catch Greg on Facebook. Pitch to Pryor. There's a base hit. So Hauser does his job. He put the right bat up there. Pettis throws it back in. And that's the 7th hit for the Royals. Pryor not a threat to steal. Lonnie Smith 1 for 2. He has singled, scored twice, and walked. Witt, 27 batters, 112 pitches. 6+ innings, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. That's a base hit. Beniquez has it get past him. Pryor will run and run and run. He's going to round third. Smith's in with a triple, and it's 8-4. The throw to third. Lonnie has his 7th triple. Here's Wilson, 2 for 3, single, double, RBI, a run scored, and a stolen base. Boone goes out to talk Witt down. They'll concede the run. DeCinces will throw to the plate, and they have Smith picked off. So Wilson goes to first. DeCinces went home with it. And the tag was down. The run does not score. 1 out. You're trying to say that Mike's ears must have been burning during the podcast. Yes. So here's Brett. He's 0 for 2. How you doing, Matt? Speaking of Steeler fans. So it's 8-4. They cannot score the run. Throw to first, and Wilson is back. Brett into center field for a single. Pettis will have it on a hop. Wilson will stay at second, so it's first and second. 1 out for Orta, who has 2 sac flies and is 0 for 1. Doing well, thanks. By the way, Stincion, Stinceon is our latest follower. 242 now on Twitch. So 8-4 Angels. First and second, 1 out for Orta. Right field, Beniquez. Should be an easy play. It is 2 out. They really don't care about what Willie Wilson does, and he'll tag and go to third. So runners on the corners for Frank White, who was 1 for 3 with a single. Royals have 1 in on the inning, but they couldn't get the second so far. So 8-4 the score. Angels, if they split this 4-game set, have won the West. Center field, that's all they're going to get for Kansas City. Pettis will make the catch, and we've played 7. A diving stop. The Angels can feel it now. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors. We go to the 8th, 8-4 Angels. So Boone, Schofield, and Pettis to face Beckwith. And the longer Joe can throw, although he's pretty much at it, then you can save Quisenberry for tomorrow. And if the score should hold with California ahead, then the rest of the Royal season is must win. Boone is 0 for 2. He's drawn a walk. Into right, Moreno running back. That's well hit. And Omar makes the catch in the far corner. Steve Farr, Jamie's brother, coming in. Pitching change. This game coming to you from Independence, Missouri. So Farr, who's had a great year, 13th appearance, he is 2-3 with a 2.12 ERA. And 29 years old, he's a fastball pitcher at 97 and a ground ball plus pitcher. He has not faced the Angels. His last appearance came on the 29th, a 2 in the 3rd inning loss to Minnesota. Nope. California's magic number would be 2 with a win. So 4-game set. There was no off day, so both teams started the last week with 7 games to go. So right now, technically with 6 to go, the lead is 3. 2 1/3 for that loss for Farr. 55 pitches, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A walk and 4 strikeouts. 34 innings, 27 hits, 8 runs, all earned. The 2 homers, 12 walks, and 36 strikeouts. Rather, Schofield 1 for 3 with triple and a run scored. So an Angel win today essentially means if they win one of the next two, it's over. I think we're kind of getting to the point where it's 28-3 Falcons, don't you? Pitch to Schofield into right field. Moreno coming in for the out. So 2 out for Pettis. Gary is 0 for 2 with an RBI. In real life, this was the one game of the 4 that California won. KC took the last 2. But California is in better shape now than they were the last week of '85. Pitch to Gary, to third base. Brett over to Balboni, and that will retire the side. No, it doesn't, because it gets away from Balboni. Pettis moves to second. Brett's throw goes into the dugout, and Pettis goes into second. That is true. They did not have a 3-game lead. They didn't have a 4-game lead either, which is where the series started. So another runner in scoring position for Downing, who was 2 for 4 today. He singled twice and scored twice. Got him. Farr breathes a sigh of relief as he chased one out of the zone. 7.5 in the books. It's 8-4 Angels. Steelers Dolphins 2016 Week 6 Stratomatic. The Squishy Fishies lead 24-17, 10:15 to play. So Balboni, Moreno, and Sundberg, and Witt probably down to a base runner now. The Angels used Clyburn yesterday, and they used Donnie Moore yesterday in that 14-inning loss. Pitch to Balboni. Ground ball to third. To Sensei. Hard throw to first. Carew. Yes, sir. 1 out. Here's Moreno, 1 for 3 with a single. To Carew. Rod to the bag himself, 2 out. So Witt might even see the 9th. Here's Sundberg. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out once. 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Angels have left on 5. The Royals, 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, and they have left on 7. Sundberg to third. To Sensei across the way, and that's the inning. We go to the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Angels 8, the Royals 4. And if you're wondering about the Angels and chances, Gene Mock's the manager. Just saying. So Carew is 1 for 3. He has walked and scored. Farr, that's his game. Pitch to Carew. Ground ball up the middle. White by the bag at second over to Balboni for the out. Al Holland is the one that took the loss yesterday for California. Benique has 1 for 3, a triple, has driven in 2, and scored twice. He's also walked and struck out. Left field, Smith. Foul ball, 2 out. And that brings up to Sensei, who was 2 for 3, single, double, RBI, run scored, and a strikeout. Popped up. White will make the catch, and the Royals need 4 to tie and 5 to win, and Witt will be coming out. Greg Pryor, by the way, stayed in the game at short. They can go with Donnie Moore. They're going to go with Urbano Lugo. They want to save Moore. And Clyburn. So it's Lugo, who is 5-2 with a 3.68 ERA in his 18th appearance This is not a save situation. Fastball at 88, fly ball pitcher, 23 years old. Against the Royals, 11 innings, 4 appearances, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He's walked 3, struck out 6, but is 2-0. His last appearance was against the Royals September 11th. In a 10-4 loss, he did not fare very well. 2 1/3, 45 pitches, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 homers. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. So 73 1/3 for Lugo, 62 hits, 33 runs, 30 earned, 8 home runs, 28 walks, 43 strikeouts. Pryor, maybe, has a single and a run scored. Lonnie Smith and Willie Wilson, but he's sitting on a 4-run lead. And Onyx Concepcion will pinch hit. Concepcion, 500 as a pinch hitter. 192 overall. 4 homers and 32 RBI. And he hit him. Well, that's not what you want. Got him on the arm on a 1-1 fastball. Here's Lonnie Smith, 2 for 3, singled, tripled, driven in a run, and scored twice. So Lugo, trying to give his rest of his bullpen a rest with a 4-run lead, has learned where the charcoal is to start the fire. And Hal McRae is going to pinch hit. As a pinch hitter, Hal has 3 home runs. He's hitting .300 and has driven in 5. Overall, .269, 19 homers, and 52 RBI. Gets away from Boone, and Concepcion moves to second. The count is 1-2, and Moore is loosening in a hurry. Pitch to McRae. Walked him. So Willie Wilson, 2 for 4. A single, a double, an RBI, a run scored, and a stolen base. It is still 8-4 Angels in the bottom of the 9th. Wilson. Line drive to the Sensei, 1 out. And Lugo's not going to face Brett. They're not going to chance it now. You got to win this game. Donnie Moore coming in. You have no choice. You've got to win. It makes the rest of your regular season so much easier. You got 5 chances to win the division after this. Moore has converted 38 of 44 saves. That's the big number. He is 9-6 in his 65th appearance with an earned run average of .255. More or less. Thank you. Against the Royals, 5 appearances, 6 2/3, 9 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 5, 0-1. With 2 saves and an earned run average of .540. In yesterday's loss, not his fault, 3 2/3, 51 pitches, 3 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. So what this will do, unless he can get Brett to ground into a double play, is that it pretty much leaves it up to Clyburn to get the save if the Angels find themselves with a chance to win it all tomorrow. Brett 1 for 3 with a walk. A home run makes it 8-7. Pitch to Brett. Might be the ball game. Gritch with a great play. Schofield for 1. Carew for 2. And Moore gets a double play. The magic number is 2. The Angels hold on. And you would not think that an 8-4 win would be tough. But ho, 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 was that big. The Angels go to 87-70, a 4-game lead with 5 to go. 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors. And they leave on 5. Why McRae's been given the game-winning RBI and the Kansas City loss? I don't know. 4 runs for the Royals, 9 hits, 2 errors, and they leave on 8. And I want to say, I'm going to give the MVP to Juan Benitez. He scored twice and drove in 2 in right field. Mike Witt, a 17-game winner. And remember, he goes the last day of the season should the division go that far. So the Angels get 1 more start out of him. If 8 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Lugo just didn't seem to have it. He didn't get a minus stuff, but he didn't get plus stuff. And I did what Gene Mark wouldn't do and brought in Donnie Moore to face 1 batter and induce the double play for his 39th save. Charlie Leibrandt, bad. 2 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 2 walks. Ferreira, what an outing from this kid. 3 innings, 2 hits, and just the 1 run. And Beckwith and Farr held the barn door closed. The good news for the Royals is they're going to have Dan Quisenberry for as long as they'll possibly need him tomorrow. But the bad news is they have 2 more games against the Angels and can't lose either. They have to win. So that goes up on the board. The lead is 4. The magic number is 2. The rest of this day in baseball, it depends on everything that happens in the rest of this series. If we decide it before Sunday, then yes, 5 p.m. Pacific for Game 1 of the NLCS. If somehow the Royals stretch it into the weekend, then we will resolve it, and then it'll be a week from Wednesday. Anyway, October 1st, rest of the day in baseball, Cubs 4-2 over the Pirates. Patterson 3-0. Rick Russell 13-9 with a loss. Ron Say 1-2, his 28th of the year, and walks twice. Houston beats Atlanta 7-1. Charlie Kerfield 3-2. Steve Bedrosian 8-17. Now Bullock 1-2, a double and 3 walks. Cincinnati beats the Giants 2-1. Andy McGaffigan 8-5. Adley Hammaker 8-10. Ted Power 27th save of the year. Detroit beat Toronto. Much too little, too late. Thank you, Johnny Mathis. 10 now 9-8. Doyle Alexander 20-11. Darrell Evans 3-3 with his 35th homer. Lance Parrish 4 hits and a homer as well. Cleveland beat Seattle 5-2. Schultz 8-6. Wills 3-6. Bill Bradley, his 36th of the year, back with an 18 with 5 to go. Good job, great effort. Bradley 3-4 with his 36 and 2 RBI. Brewers shut out the Yankees. Seriously? 3-0. Jamie Kockenauer 5-7. Joe Niekro 1-2. Toronto's going to win this by a mile. They're up by 8. Householder 1-2, his 4th of the year in a walk. The Orioles shut out the Red Sox 1-0. Denny Martinez, a good second half of the year. Do you have award winners yet? We have nominees. 7-18. Bruce Hurstfall's a 10-13. Floyd Rayford 3-4 is 18th. With a double. Texas, Jose Guzman, 3 hits the A's 6-0. He goes to 2-2. Chris Cordioli, 13-13. Don Slott, 2-3, his 6th home run, and drove in 2. St. Louis, well, there's your Cy Young winner, Brad. John Tudor beats the Mets 4-3. He is a 27-game winner. Ron Darling goes to 11-13. Mookie Wilson, 1-4, his 9th of the year, drives in 2. White Sox beat the Twins 7-6. Juan Augusto 4-2. Mike Smithson 11-16. Law 2 for 4, his fifth RBI, fifth homer, and 4 RBI. And last but not least, you saw that the Astros have climbed to within 18 games of first place the last week of the season. 4-3. The Padres win. Jackson 3-0. Howell 3-11. Mariano Duncan 2 for 3 with a stolen base. So tomorrow, you guessed it, California and Kansas City, an Angel wins the division. And if that's the case, either an Angel win Friday on the channel or Sunday on the channel, then yep, playoffs begin Tuesday night in Toronto. If Kansas City somehow can force the weekend to mean something, then it would be a doubleheader on Tuesday. As, you know, my inner 15-year-old would geek out at this. As next week, any meaningful game. And so we'll just show it to you. It would be Oakland and Kansas City in Kansas City, California at Texas. So any meaningful game if the Royals win the next two. They got to win the next two, however. All right. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow. The Angels have the chance to end the regular season. Until then, so long, everybody.